me what's on your mind.
Hi there. This is Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics. T Bunny if you're nasty. And today I'd like to do a review. The review is of this book right here. GraveRobbers. Welcome to Hellhole. Okay. The good is, let me just go ahead and review the package before I get into it. Anyway, so you get all sorts of nice little tchotchkes with this one. Make sure I got everything. Get some cards, some trading cards. I have a nice bio on the back of them. Oddly enough, the trading cards of the bad guys. So, not that there seems to be any good guys in this thing. So, vinyl sticker, really cool. Got this really cool piece of art here of the three principals and one bad guy, and of course you got your TNA. This is Comicsgate, so you definitely have to have that. And the cover is really, really cool. It's created to make it look like a Italian spaghetti western style movie poster. Really neat, really neat. They definitely went for a style, a feeling. They know their niche, and boy, do they know their niche. It's got the usual thanks and well, the good is the art is very colorful, very stylistic, and that's about the only page I can show you out of this whole thing. It doesn't have gore or nudity, but okay, here's one. Anyway, there you go. This guy right here, Waylon. Love that guy. He is awesome. So anyway, so they starts out somewhere else and gives an origin of one of the characters, and you're not entirely sure who that is. You think you know who that is. And I won't give anything away, but it's a nice origin, about 3-4 pages there. 5. Well, 1, 2. Okay, 3 pages. Okay, but very well drawn, very interesting. And here you have these 3 bounty hunters, and they're heading into Hellhole. And surprisingly, for a name like Hellhole, it's not very hospitable. So they go into a saloon called the Grinning Devil, and it all kicks off. Anyway, you find out that these 3 are not what they appear to be. Now, I'm not going to give away anything. It's not already in the campaign. I checked. Waylon, the white mustachioed gentleman, is an immortal. Not very happy about it. But he's kind of looked resigned to it. Has a really hilarious way of like referencing it. It's really good. Then you got the leader, whose name will probably get me struck. so I'm not going to reference him. Big Richard Murphy. How about that? That works. And the young lady, I keep forgetting her name. She's kind of like a big selling point here. Oh, that stinks. I had her name. Anyway. They don't really reference her a lot, strangely enough. She's kind of just there. But anyway, so she's got her own superpowers. She's a sweet, pretty little thing until she's not. All of them are kind of like a little deceptive, as it were. They don't look like what they are. But this whole thing is just basically, I can't really give much away from if I tell you the story, and I give a lot of it away. But needless to say, there are some bad guys in it. This guy here with the bandages, and they are quite obviously bad guys. You can't really look like that and not be bad guys. The plot is rudimentary, and not really a ton happens in this book. But what does happen is very stylistic, very gory, very unencumbered by convention. They definitely do not have very many barriers to what they're going to portray in the series. But they kind of end on a cliffhanger. And in the back, they've got some character pages, some fan art. I expect there's going to be a lot of fan art here, some concept art. Back page is just like different icons, I guess, that they came up with. And, of course, the poster is on the back, too. The good. This is a very specific market. And this is very specific. They did not go for broad appeal. I would not let young kids look at anywhere near this book. I would not let them anywhere near this book. This is not meant for them. It is definitely not. But it has some very distinctive characters, has a very distinctive world that they are building. And it's a world, I was telling somebody on a stream last night, this book made you want to take a shower because it's grimy. It just feels like a trip in the desert with a horse and winding up at the other end and and having to take a dunk in a big bucket of water that thousands of others have taken a dunk in. It's very Western feeling, very spaghetti Western feeling, where the strangers roam into town, take part in immediate acts of violence that establishes that they're bad, that they are good, very good at killing people. And this trio is extremely good at killing people. And then you have the bad guy getting informed of their presence, and hilariousness ensues. But anyway, Hell Yodam Dark Star, hey brother. But this book right here is very specific. Very specific. It is not for everyone. They don't mean it to be. And they decided early on what they wanted, and they went for it. So I can really suggest. I really say to anyone that wants this particular style of book, for what the style of book is. If this is what you want, you're going to get it in spades. This is very good. I think not necessarily for the writing, because the writing is pretty rudimentary. The story that they're telling, it's not really got a lot of twists and turns, except for like one reveal at the end. But the world building is very good. This is a distinctive world that they built, and it's very unique, and it's not like anything I've seen elsewhere. I mean, yes, it has the Western tropes. It has, not giving anything away, a werewolf, which is kind of a CG thing. It's kind of a CGN joke at this point. Oh, another werewolf, but then it has a very dangerous little Indian girl who is scary as hell, but sweet. She looks sweet and innocent till she's not. And then when that veneer comes off, it's But the character, I think, really is unique to this book is Waylon. And the reason why I say that is I've not seen that particular power set anywhere before now. And his personality is really dry, which is hilarious. It's obviously deliberate, but he has a very dry sense of humor, and considering his power, that is funny, and it's obviously deliberate, and it's very well written. But so I would suggest this to anyone that likes a little gore, a little nudity. And it's not just gratuitous female nudity, it's male nudity too, which is odd. In Comicsgate, when they show nudity, it's always female. I mean, there could be men all in the scene, fully dressed, and there would be one completely nude female. This is CG. That's pretty much what you find. This one has some male nudity in it, so that was a little surprising to me. Just don't see that. Not in CG. But anyway, this is definitely an indie comic. This is definitely, but this is what Comicsgate can do that the mainstream cannot. Comicsgate doesn't have the barriers to, if you want to make a book that's just gratuitous everything, from murders and blood and guts down to nudity to language, whatever you want to make, you can make it here in CG, and there will be a market for it. Granted, there won't be as broad a market for it as some other styles, but this is a good book. This is fun. This is stylistic. It's unique, and I'm going to give it a recommend. This is a bunny recommend because I really enjoyed it. And there's only two reasons I give reviews: if I like the book enough that I want to promote it, or if somebody's big enough that me taking shots at them is not going to hurt their bottom line. I don't take shots at smaller creators who I could give critiques to, because that's not what I'm about here. That's not what I'm doing. But if you're a huge creator and you can do better and you have the resources to do better and you don't, then I don't mind calling you out. But this smaller book didn't even make 10,000, but it should have, because there's a lot of people in CG that are going to love this. Now, when Kill Journal comes out, I'll see if this is bloodier than Kill Journal. But the blood and guts is really stylized. It's almost cartoonish. So it doesn't. have a stomach churning quality to it. It's almost animation style, but it's really good. So anyway, before I bore too many people, I'm just going to go ahead and say, GraveRobbers, welcome to Hellhole. If you want that style, get it. It's still out there, still available. I would get it. If you like blood, guts, and nudity, go ahead. Go get some. Anyway. Anyway, that's Telepathic Cooper from Telepathic Bunny. Have a nice day.
Tell me what's on your mind.